Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Rag Sugar. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit scary. I'm going to be transporting all of my speed champions to a new house. And I want to show you guys that process because I think it's kind of interesting and my YouTube channel is kind of surrounding speed champions. So this is kind of, a little bit scary. I'm afraid of things falling apart. Now, obviously, if you're trying to move other Lego sets, not speed champions, just find whatever it is that works best for you. I'm just going to show you the process that I've been using because this has been working out really well for me. Grab one of these bags. This is just for speed champions. And I like to put them in sideways. Sometimes I'll have these little like mirrors and stuff. You want to fold anything in that might get damaged. Obviously, something is going to be damaged after the move, but the main goal is to just reduce the damage as much as possible and find the parts quickly and easily to put them right back together. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fold this up like a burrito, get it nice and tight. There we go. Everything is in there pretty good. Now, of course, the front of the car is going to be the more narrow end, so I've been putting the tail end in first. Just kind of want to put it in just like this. Squish it in nice and close, and then you're going to want to zip that up. It was a little bit tough, but of course, just buy whatever bags work best for you. But I've not been having too many issues with these. Keeps it nice and tight, which I find to work the best. So if you guys look here, I've got a box full of cars. This is not all of them, obviously, as you guys just saw on my wall. Let's see what car this is. This is the Koenigsegg Jesko. So my wife picked these up for me at Walmart. They're just bubble wrap bags. You literally, this is what it looks like right here. I can put most of the cars in sideways like this. I would recommend getting a bigger bag than these bags because some of these don't really close too nicely. This one was not bad. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, you can see that lip is really kind of open there. Some of them, they aren't really working out too well, but for the majority, what I'm trying to do here is not break it. I know that seems like that should be the end goal, is to not break it. I know for a fact that some are probably going to have tiny parts missing, right? Like I could see a mirror popping off or a part of a spoiler, something like that. I just want them to be all confined to their own bag so that when a piece I find is loose, I can figure out exactly which car it goes to, put it right back together, and then put my collection back together. Okay, so I ran out of these little bags, so I'm not able to keep going with this. I've still got about 10 more cars to go. The front of the F14 Scuderia truck, I've already taken out. That's in a plastic bag, hauled away in the box. Now I've just got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with these. So I highly doubt that you guys are ever going to be able to find something like this. Luckily, my mom had these. I don't know what to tell you. I've got some paper towels. So my plan is to unravel a whole bunch of this. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the base of the bag. I know it's probably something better I could do, but I think this will work out fine. Then we just go, and by the way, real quick, I've got this thing jam-packed with accessories and stuff. So this is also being used as kind of like a storage unit, just like I guess a real semi-truck would. And we're already losing cones. Yikes. But hey, like I said in the beginning, this is less about damaging things and more about making sure that we know exactly where they are if they do end up getting damaged. We don't want things to intentionally get damaged, but if it happens, so be it. This time I'm going to use a lot more paper towels. And then this is about to look like a cloud. I would say that that's not bad. I'll probably try to zip that off camera, but that's just going to have to do, I guess. All right, guys, so as you can see, this wall is completely empty. These are the big boys like I talked about. So this one is the F14 Scuderia at the back of the truck, and this is the dragster. I did the exact same thing with this, except a little bit more cautious because the dragster has some pretty narrow bits. And then as you guys can see on this wall, it's pretty empty as well. I've still got my F-150 and my Porsche to do. This channel is mostly about speed champions, so if I find that I do something interesting with these, I'll show you, but if not, it may not make a place on the video. And then I also have all of these accessories, which I really don't like. I'm gonna figure something out with that. I still have my poly bags as well. I gotta figure that out. In fact, I could probably just throw that in the box, all three in like one bag. And then let me show you real quick what the box looks like. So I've got all this packaging air wrap bubble thing, I don't know what you call it. Underneath there, there's all the cars. This box is probably about 3/4 full. If I go ahead and do one more bag with the poly bags, then I think that'll be it. I can wrap up this box, tape it up, and send it off. All right, boys, I figured out exactly what I was going to do with the big boys, being the F14 Scuderia truck and the dragster. So let me flip this camera around and I'll show you right now. All right, so in this box, I've got a blanket. Underneath that, I've got the truck and the dragster, and then underneath those, I've got a pretty thick jacket, which I don't think you guys can see. Probably not. It just looks like blackness, and that's because that jacket is black. So I'll squish this down, and they're pretty much just sandwiched into a cocoon, really. So I think this is going to work out pretty well. So I know I said that I probably wouldn't show this earlier, but this will probably only take like 2 seconds. My Porsche 911 and my Ford F-150 I put in this diaper box, and I've got it completely wrapped up in a jacket. And I'm going to keep this open. I'm not going to close it, and I think it'll stay pretty safe like that. Now, obviously, this box doesn't need to be labeled because you can see right on top, there's Legos in it, so it's its own warning sign. It's a couple of days later. As you can see, this wall is completely blank. I've taken off all of the shelves. All of the cars are ready, and I have something that I want to show you really quick. During the move process, my birthday happened, and I got a couple of cars. I wanted to show you guys what those were going to be so that you know what the upcoming videos are going to be. I won't be able to do these cars until we do get moved into the new place and everything's set up, so that's why I'm showing them early. So I've got the Mustang Fastback. This is a pretty cheap one that you can find on Bricklink, so I wanted to get that because it's nice and easy. And then this is probably my favorite one, the blue Mustang. These are all going to be 6 wides because, of course, these are retired sets. That's going to be extremely exciting. And then because we're going to be getting the Nissan 963, or was it the Porsche 963? I wanted to get something similar, and that is the Porsche 919 Hybrid. Very similar in the style of the car that's about to be coming out, so I wanted to show you guys that real quick. I do have a bunch of course, the house is a mess. We're really close to moving. All of my stuff is all right here. There's Legos. The shelves are right over here. Everything is pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting for the day that we're going to be able to all move everything out, and then I will do these videos as soon as I'm done moving everything. So I'll give you guys the next update in a couple of days. It's currently Wednesday. We're moving on Saturday, so it's going to be a little bit. All right, boys. I don't know if you can tell. Here's the vision. We got everything set up. So I put all these on the wall. We got the table here. This is my box of Legos, and this is going to be a pain in the ass. I've got to get every single one of these out of their bags and out of their Ziploc bags and onto here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a time lapse. If I run into a vehicle that has like any kind of like something popped off real quick, I'll just do a little video on it, and then we'll go straight back into the time lapse. And I probably won't follow through with anything else. Did want to read you guys a little something. This is what I wrote on the box. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we take Legos very seriously around here, so I'm going to go ahead and read this off. This says, "This box contains most of my Legos, making it very important. If even a single car is broken, I will find out who handled this box and murder them in a way that would typically be seen in a horror movie. This box may be used as evidence in a court case someday, so please handle with care." So with that being said, let's go. All right, boys, I found one that looks to have some kind of damage going on. Like I said, this was not about perfectly preventing anything from happening, because I knew that that was going to be impossible, but just making sure that everything is contained if it does happen. So let me go and show you the process. What I've been doing is just using some scissors, cutting open these bags that I showed you guys originally, and then let's take the Elva out. Oh, I'm stupid. It's not broken. The Elva, I put a blue guy in when I got the VIP access thing, and it's just got a little, whatever you call this. So it's not broken. It just looked like it was broken because, you know, nothing else has loose parts. Back to the time lapse, I guess. I feel like I'm going to need to do a little bit of rearranging because at the old setup, not all of the cars fit on all of these shelves. I kind of messed up with this. I forgot the way that I wanted to rearrange them. Because this wall is bigger, what I wanted to do was put, 2 of these on this side. I don't know if I'm in frame with my hand over here, but there's more space over here in case you can't see me. You probably can. And then I wanted to put these 2 on this side and then keep going down. So I had more space, but I forgot to do that. But even with that being said, I knew that I wasn't going to have enough space for all of the cars, but definitely more than how much is already up there. So that tells me that I need to create space where I don't have any. I'm going to put 6 wides with 6 wides, 8 wides with 8 wides, put them on their own shelves, try to really close gaps, see if I can fit like 1 or 2 more cars on other ones. And the reason why we don't have anything up here is because I like to keep my F14 Scuderia up there. So that's the whole reason why this is where it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the F14 Scuderia and the Dragster, and we're going to see how these came about. And I'm afraid, but I guess we just got to find out. Okay, so first thing I want to take a look into is my Dragster, because it is a little bit more delicate, and I want to make sure that it's not too broken. I'm afraid it may be broken though. Okay, let's pull this out gently. Make sure that there's no loose pieces. Wow, I might have done it. Okay, now just quickly what I want to do is I want to look through all of these. I'll look in the bag. No, I think it came in perfect condition. Spoiler could be adjusted, but aside from that, yeah, we did it. That was nice. All right, on to bag 2. Got the back of the Scuderia truck. I do know that there are going to be some loose cones in here. Some of them fell out of the back as I was putting it in the bag. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing, flail this around a little bit, see if we hear any plastic pieces rattle around on the table. All right, that's more than good enough for me. Let's go ahead and flip this upside down. Let's just put that, yeah, there you go. There's a cone for you. Just leave that right there. There's a cone sitting right on this. Let's just take a look at this. Nothing and nothing. All right, the only thing we lost was 2 cones, which I believe were the same 2 cones that fell out during the intro. Let me take a look inside. Everything looks to be okay. Some things got rattled around, but that's okay. The bike, which was not secure, is kind of flailed around, but that's okay. I haven't really messed too much around with these. What I'm just going to do real quick, though, is grab the front of the F14 Scuderia truck, and we're going to put this all together real quick. I did secure the hell out of this thing because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going anywhere. So I actually have this one in a bubble wrap bag, in a Ziploc bag, kind of, and then in another bubble wrap bag. Okay. See nothing. That looks good. That looks very good. So what I'll do is just reconnect these bits, and then we'll just put these cones right in the front. I really didn't want to have to organize it, but obviously I need to, so I'm just going to go ahead and organize it right now. Okay, so I wasn't able to make as much space as I was hoping to, so what I decided to do is this is going to be all my Ferraris, because the F14 Scuderia truck is going to be the main, thing that I want to show off on that shelf. And then the second shelf is going to be all 8 wides, the middle shelf is going to be all 6 wides, and the fourth shelf is going to be all 8 wides once again, but some of them being a little bit bigger. These are all pretty low to the ground, I would say, except for this Challenger. It's kind of a standout, but really what I'm trying to do is just put them all up there in a way where I've still got enough space for other ones. So what I need to do is look for specifically Ferraris. So like that's a Ferrari. I'll try and dig a little bit deeper and find some more. That's a Ferrari. So that I can get those up there, and then 6 wides I'll keep putting right here until I run out of space. Same deal with 8 wides. I can probably get away with about 2 more, and right here maybe about 3 more, and then all of my Ferraris I know can comfortably sit up there because that's exactly what they did at the last place. we'll find out how many cars I have left, and then I'm just gonna have to figure something out. Currently, I'm not able to buy any more shelves, but as soon as I am able to, I want to set it up the way that I had said. So I want to get 2 more, since the lines are going to be 2, 2, and 2. Right now, having it 1, 1, 1, 1. I do have a 2-year-old. She's getting pretty tall nowadays. You know, she likes to grab shit off of shelves and whatnot. So I need to keep it not too low to the point where she can grab it, but not so high that they're out of sight. So having them, you know, come down any farther is a little bit risky, and having them too high, it's like, well, what's the point if they're out of sight? So yeah, when I get those shelves, I'll rearrange everything the way that I want them, but this is just what I'm gonna have to do for now. So yeah, let's continue on with the next time lapse. All right, boys, so this is as much as I was able to get away with. It's okay. The Ferraris, you know, don't take up the most efficient amount of space in the world. If I had more Ferraris, and I think I'd probably be able to put up more. Although it is kind of tough to put the F1 car up there, just because, you know, the F14 is so big, it takes up so much room. It feels bad to not have my dragster up there at all. But like I said, once I have them 2, you know, 1 and 1, so 2 on 1 line, I can have all the big boys on, you know, a shelf. I could probably put the dragster with some other Dodge cars, and I think that would come out really good. It feels wrong to not have my Porsches up there because these are pretty new. If I remember correctly, this should be the GT. This is the RSR. And the Valkyrie is definitely my favorite car that I actually have. The accessories, I'm not such a big fan of, like I've mentioned a million times. What I'm thinking about doing is just grabbing all of the accessories, putting them in a box, and when my 2-year-old is old enough to actually play with Legos and not try to swallow them, she can have them. But for now, I don't want to display them because I think they look ugly. I really wish they would stop doing that, and I think they have. A lot of the 8-wides don't really come with accessories anymore, but it seems like every single 6-wide, it came with something, and it was fucking annoying. And so yeah, this is just where it's at currently. I will make a little update as soon as I have the other shelves and I want to put them where they go. So see you in a bit. So I made a little bit of an understatement. This was a big mistake the first time around. When it was just the 4 down, it was not what I had intended, and somehow it slipped my mind. So we bought the 2 that I actually needed, and now it's 2, 2, 2. I don't know if I explained that very well the first time around, but this is what I actually meant. I'm going to spend a bunch of time getting all of these up there. I don't know the exact order that I want it, but I have a few ideas, like the F14 Scuderia up here, and then the dragster over here. Maybe either the cars that I don't care that much about, or the cars that I care the most about in the center. The pro of cars being up there that I don't care as much about is they're not very easily visible. The pros of having the ones that I care the most about is that they're on display with my best cars. So it just makes sense, but I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to figure out when I get there. Anyways, I will give you guys an update as soon as this is finally finished and we can wrap this shit up. Okay, so hopefully you guys are able to see exactly what I was trying to go for. I want it to be so that whenever I do these, Speed Champions unboxing videos, I can have my entire collection right here behind me, and, I guess it makes it look more professional or something like that. I still don't know what I'm going to do with these. These are just sitting out. All of the accessories earlier, I don't know how much I explained about it, but the accessories I have still in a box. I have no plans on bringing them out. I think they're just ugly, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my 2-year-old have them when she's old enough to not eat them. So as you can see though, there's a couple of gaps up there. I have more room for more cars, but I don't have as much room as I was hoping that I was going to. So I guess at some point I'm gonna have to get more shelves, which is not what I was hoping for, but here we are. For the cars that are coming out in March, I think I'll have enough room Probably not, now that I'm really looking at it. And I still have the 3 6 wides to do, so those are probably going to take up the space that I currently have on the 6 wide shelf. Because if you guys see, it's the big boys, all the Dodge cars, and then the Ferraris, and then all of my 6 wides with the exception of this Bronco, and then all of my 8 wides. So got to get that figured out. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey, yo, what that rock say?